Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the one little thing that you need to do to materialize your desired reality. The one little thing. And this is in relation to a lot of comments where a lot of people are struggling and a lot of people are frustrated because they feel like they can't be aware that they don't have something in their 3D, and they're pulling little specifics out of context, and they're thinking that that's the rule they have to follow and that's the thing they have to do. And the only the only thing is that you have faith that it's done. That's it. You have faith that it's done. And that can come through other, ways. You can know yourself as source, which is, that to me, that's the most solid and true and reliable method or thing that we want to practice or be aware of, right? It's, you know, there's no rules. There's nothing else you have to do. There's nothing else you have to follow. It's when you know that the source of your entire reality is I am, there's nothing else that matters. Literally nothing else matters, right? Your I am is the source of it's the source of the experience itself. It's the source of the experiencer. It's the source of how the experience comes to be. It's the source of when the experience comes to be. It's the source of it all. I am. That's it. And with that, there's nothing else that matters. There's no other conditions or rules or restrictions or techniques or methods or processes. It is simply that. And I know a lot of you are struggling, but what's happening is you're getting tangled up in all the assumptions. You're getting tangled up in all the ideas, and you think you have to work through each one. And it starts with, the self concept, and then it's the concept you have of the other, and then it's like whatever. It just keeps getting into these, oh, but then I think this, and I think this, and now I think this because of that, and I wonder why they're this, and I wonder why this is that. And all of that is keeping you in the reflection. You're distracted. You're in the reflection saying, how can I change this reflection? You can't. You're the source of it all. And if you know that, or when you know that, when you accept that, it's not even about believing it, it's just surrendering to it. Accept it. You can believe it, that right, but you don't have to believe it. You can also just surrender to it. You can accept it. You can abandon the idea of anything else being the source. You can practice, you can play with it. It doesn't really matter. It's just that you are the source of all of it. You're the source of all of it. That's what going all in means. Going all in means going all in as source, going all in knowing your source, going all in awareness, in imagination. And again, when I say imagination, it doesn't have anything to do with the definitions or conditions of vivid imagery with smells and sights and sounds. I'm just talking about the use of your internal mechanism, the use of awareness, right? And so going all in with that, it's abandoning the idea that 3D is real. It's abandoning the idea that 3D is reality, that 3D is truth, that 3D means XYZ is true. It's abandoning all of that. You can't be all in awareness. You can't have all your faith in God, or all your faith in awareness, or all your faith in source, or all your faith in imagination if you also have faith in 3D reality, right? Or if you're saying that this is fact out here, this is truth out here, this needs to change out here, this is what matters, this thing out here, right? And so it's you have to choose the reflection or awareness. Which one do you value? Which one are you proclaiming as your truth? Which one are you proclaiming as the power of creation? Are you saying I'm in a reality that I need to try to control and change and turn around and shift? Or am I the source of that reality? That's it. That's it. Are you being the source, or are you being distracted in the reflection? So that's all you have to do. And you do it in the now moment. And if you do that, if you are aware of yourself as source in the now moment, that's it. That's enough. Even if you are aware of yourself as one that source provides for, if you don't like the idea of knowing you are source, but if you have faith in a source you believe is separate from you, that's enough too, right? It's about, what are you deciding is true for you? Are you deciding that your fulfillment is truth, that your fulfillment is yours, that it's delivered to you, or that you're the source of it? Or are you deciding that you will only believe in or trust in what you see in the 3D reflection? It comes down to that. That's what we're talking about when we say, who are you being right now? Who are you being? It doesn't mean, do you notice something's not appearing in your 3D reality? And it doesn't mean that you can't do that. I notice all the time. I'm very aware that I'm not a billionaire. Now, that's also not something I desire to be. I wouldn't frown at it, but I'm just saying. But in terms of things that I desire, even still, I notice when they're not in the reflection yet. But that doesn't deter me from knowing that it's mine. I don't say, "Oh, it's not working because I don't see it." I used to, but I don't do that anymore, right? I'm not living as that person that is all in the reflection. I'm living as the person that's all in my awareness. So when I notice that there is something, or when I have a desire for something, even, I know that I have it within. I know that the reason I have the desire for it is because it's available to me, because it's mine. And then I go within and I embrace that, and I feel gratitude for that, and I feel fullness from that, and I let that be enough. I just leave it there. That's it. There's nothing more to do, because the moment you then go to the 3D, and again, this isn't about looking or noticing. This is about the intention behind the looking and noticing, the assumption that's driving the looking and noticing, right? The moment you go to look from the perspective of, I need it to validate this as true, you're not going to see it. You can't see something that you need to see. You can't see something that you need to show up in order to believe in its validity or its truth, right? You will see the reflection of what and who you assume yourself to be. So when you assume yourself to be the source of all that is, you will see that in your reflection. When you assume yourself to be fulfilled, you will see that in your reflection. When you assume yourself to be trying to manifest, you will see that in your reflection. When you assume yourself to be one who needs something to show up, you will see that in your reflection. So it comes back down to, what I've been saying for years is, what are you making important? What are you deciding is more valuable to you, the reflective reality or the awareness that is the source of that reflective reality? And that's what going all in is. That's what the pearl is. That's what, all the techniques and methods are ways for us to start perceiving something that we're not seeing in the reflective reality through awareness. And we practice that until it becomes natural and normal and becomes who we now are. And then we see it in the reflective experience. But a lot of times people aren't getting there, or they'll get there and then they'll go back and forth. And so that's what it is. It's that you have to abandon this grip or value or importance that you have on the reflection. That's it. And I don't mean, it's not like you don't really have to do anything with that. You keep embracing the connection, the direct connection you have with God, with source, which is awareness, right? This is why, like, we talk about inner conversations and mental diet. It's inner conversations, mental diet, like I said, all those techniques, they are methods for you to connect with your preferred reality. This is why prayer is so important in so many religions and cultures. Prayer is, it's directing awareness, controlling awareness. I think directing is a better word, but whatever. It's right during prayer. It's a controlled. It's you. Oh my God, it's controlled awareness. It's you controlling your awareness. There's a word I'm trying to find and it's just eluding me, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. And so if you're not being mindful of what you're aware of, right? If you're not aware of what you're aware of, that's when we find ourselves having these inner conversations that are arguments with people, right? We're focused on something we don't like, or we're wrapped up in something we're afraid of, some type of consequence or some type of experience that may happen out there. So our awareness is directed towards the thing we don't want. Awareness is source. Awareness is creation. Awareness is how we create. Awareness is the method through which we create everything. And so we want to be mindful in each now moment of what we're being aware of. And it sounds redundant and it sounds silly, but that's how you do it. You practice being aware of what you're being aware of. And that doesn't mean being afraid of what you're being aware of or being worried about what you're being aware of. It just means redirecting. Direct your awareness toward that which you would prefer. Direct your awareness toward fulfillment. Direct your awareness toward being the source of creation. Direct your awareness toward having that direct connection with God or source or the universe or whatever you prefer to call it, the creator. Like, it's you. It's all you. So you are consistently questioning your power when you go look out there and say, but it hasn't shown up yet. What do I have to do? Am I doing something wrong? Because all of that insinuates that there's an outside source or referee watching that can say, nope, they didn't follow the rules. They didn't do it right. They didn't do it enough times. They gave up halfway through. Start them over. Like, there is nothing outside of you. You're creating that. In your assumption or your fear or your worry about, have I done everything right? You're creating the experience that you can actually do something wrong and that it might be delayed and blah 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 blah. So no, it's all you. Like, oh yeah, I am source. Oh yeah, I am source. Oh yeah, I have it right now. Oh, that's right. This is 1,000, 1,000,000. It's infinitely more valuable than this reflection. It's the source of the reflection. There's nothing more valuable than your awareness. Nothing. Awareness is everything. So there's my sleepy time video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to get back to my cozy afternoon, and I will catch up with you next time.